All of Hollywood seems to be aging backward recently. While the explanation is usually a shopping spree at the plastic surgeon, how they made young Lloyd look so uncannily similar can only be explained by a time machine. How did the producers of Yellowstone make an exact replica of Forey J. Smith to play the younger version of him in the show? Stay tuned to find out. Aging backward? Spoiler alert, the Yellowstone team has not found a time machine. The answer is actually much simpler. A little background. Yellowstone is one of Paramount Network's crown jewel primetime shows, full of drama, insane family dynamics, and a hint of the Wild Wild West. You guessed it, it's Succession, but on a ranch, and with all the extra fun and gossip of a primetime mom's favorite soap opera. The show revolves around John Dutton and his uber-rich ranch-grown family. The family runs and owns the largest ranch in all of the United States and is fighting tooth and nail to keep in charge. As we all know, with great money comes infinite avenues for drama, backstabbing, and endless juicy tea, with which the show is packed to the brim. In a recent episode on the show, young Rip Wheeler is seen going through a bunkhouse surrounded by a group of cowboy friends. One man amongst the crowd looked a bit familiar. Alas, it was Lloyd from 20 years ago, looking fresh as ever. Sure, flashbacks are common in movies and shows, but you're usually just trying to figure out who's who the entire time. However, in this case, audiences were appalled by the similarities between Lloyd from past and present. Audiences were curious to know whether CGI had been used in trying to get the younger version of the character to look as authentic as possible. Did the production team just luck out in the audition process trying to find the perfect actor? Similar eyes, nose, and even the same cleft of his chin? What sorcery was this? Had the cloning process finally succeeded? Or did Forey J. Smith shrink down to fit the role? Before we tell you what actually happened, a little backstory before that. Lloyd Pierce, played by Forey J. Smith, is the eldest of the bunkhouse boys on the show. He's a tough cookie that keeps everything in check, even if sometimes gets into a little trouble doing so. Turns out, his younger version is played by Smith's real-life mini-me. That is his son, Forrest Smith. This won't be the first time he's peeked around on the Yellowstone set and subbed on the show in the past. However, this time a full-on cameo with a few lines of dialogue really got audiences excited during the premiere. Forrest made a memorable appearance in a single episode of Yellowstone Season 2. But he made an exciting comeback in Season 5, reprising his role as the younger version of the beloved character Lloyd. The costume and makeup team worked overtime in trying to make this cowboy look as convincing as possible. Safe to say, a bonus is due in that department. Sporting a matching hairstyle and a magnificent handlebar mustache, it's clear that these two are undoubtedly a father-son duo. The premiere episode of Season 5 takes us on a thrilling journey back in time, transporting us 20 years earlier. We get a glimpse of young Beth and Rip, each at a different stage in their lives. Beth is on the verge of embarking on her college journey, while Rip finds himself in the early days of his tenure as a low-ranking member of the bunkhouse. It's a captivating episode that provides a fascinating window into the past, adding depth to the characters and their intertwined stories. Audiences get to understand their favorite characters just a little bit more. In the flashback, young Rip is all ready to take Beth Dutton out on a romantic evening when Lloyd asks him where he's going, to which he doesn't offer too much of a response. Looks like the drama in the show's plotline runs deep and spans decades. This isn't the first time we've had a blast from the past in the show. Audiences have seen specks of the Dutton family and their life on the ranch in the past, adding to the overall plot development. John Dutton, the family patriarch played by Kevin Costner, also had another actor come in to play his younger self. Young Dutton was played by Josh Lucas. The actor had always wanted to be a part of the show and had to wait 5 seasons before getting a shot at a tiny role. Another instance of this was Luke Grimes taking on the role of Casey Dutton and Reese Alterman gracing the show's set to play his younger version. And the crowd goes wild. Audiences have taken a liking to Lloyd Pierce and are absolutely in love with the character. The trusty, wise, and rugged ranch hand is exactly the sort of heartwarming character that people want to see on the show, and feels like a breath of fresh air from all the drama and power struggles. His scenes all have a touch of realism and feel super authentic. Whether Forey J. Smith is a cowboy in disguise or just a great actor, the truth is a bit of both. If there's anyone on the set of the Yellowstone Ranch that was born to be there, it's Forey J. Smith. He might just be too qualified to play the role of Lloyd on the show, given just how much experience he has with being a rootin' cowboy. Turns out this gig isn't his first rodeo, and the actor has real-life cowboy experience under his leather cowboy belt. The actor grew up in Montana, coincidentally the place where Yellowstone is set. At age 6, he fell off a horse and decided that a future career as a stuntman was what he wanted. The set of Yellowstone feels just like home to him, albeit a lot more bougie and rich, as Smith grew up on his grandparents' ranch just outside the Montana capital. He completed the cowboy bingo by competing in the rodeo circuit and eventually made his way into Hollywood as the thing he wanted to be most, a stuntman. In an interview, Smith flaunted his rodeo experience, stating that he had ridden 17 horses and 11 bulls all in a single day. Talk about being a cowboy at heart. He talked about how his rodeo background is the foundation for everything positive in his life. This extensive experience served him well as both a stuntman and an actor. And throughout his lengthy career in the entertainment industry, Smith has embraced numerous opportunities. This could be the reason why the enigmatic and charming portrayal of Lloyd Pierce feels familiar to viewers. From the late 1980s onward, the actor has prominently appeared in various television movies, TV series, and films, showcasing his versatility and proving that he is not limited to a single skill set. This man is a far cry from a one-trick pony. We bet even his horse is more talented than the rest of us. He had a career all set up by 1993 with small roles and off-screen appearances. He even played the sidekick character in the 1987 TV special show Desperado. He's been in big productions, and you might not even know it, aka as the stuntman in Rambo 3 and as the pony deal in Kevin Jarre's Tombstone. After his successful role as a spirited cowboy in Tombstone, Forey J. Smith took on a new project 4 years later. He appeared in director Alex de la Iglesia's highly praised dark comedy Perdita de Rango, alongside Javier Bardem, Rosie Perez, and James Gandolfini. In the film, Smith portrays Armendariz, a lively character who confronts Romeo de la Rosa, aka Bardem, a fellow criminal, attempting to negotiate before meeting his demise in a shootout with DEA agent Dumas Gandolfini. With his confident demeanor and wielding his firearms, Smith's performance adds to the intensity and intrigue of the film. Summing it up, perfect casting? More like good luck. Looks like the Dutton family isn't the only family roaming around the Yellowstone set. It's always great to see new generations of actors coming up and giving memorable performances. Well, as long as it isn't a Nepo baby situation. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe for all the hot gossip from the Yellowstone set, as well as sneak peeks into your other favorite shows.